Good morning to everyone. There were some technical difficulties, and we will start the session now. We warmly invite you all to today's online international multidisciplinary webinar on impact of language on emotions and development. We are honored to have Professor G. Sri Krishna sir as our distinguished speaker who will be delivering today's talk. I now request Dr. K. Sushil Kumar sir, convener of the program and chairman, Board of Studies, Department of Linguistics, to deliver the welcome address.
Hello. Am I audible, dear participants? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah. So sorry for the delay. There was some technical issue. I'm extremely sorry for this delay, and welcome you all for this international multidisciplinary webinar on impact of language and emotional development. So the relationship between language, emotions, and development is a rich study within linguistic psychology and cognitive sciences. Language is a tool which plays very important role in emotion development. It is a means of making sense of emotions and as such can be used as a starting point of exploring the world of emotions in different languages. The vocabulary available to someone can significantly affect how they articulate and experience uh, uh, emotions. In language acquisition, children learn language through interaction with parents, caregivers, and their environment. The quality and quantity of language exposure can influence cognitive development in children. Research indicates that children learn to identify and express emotions and articulate complex emotions development and social interaction. Language is the key component of social interaction, effective communication, uh, communication skills, and linked with better social outcomes and emotional well-being. The impact of language is as emotions and development is profound. Language is not only uh, uh, expression of feelings but also shapes cognitive processes and social interaction. Understanding this relationship can enhance communication, education, and well-being across different cultural contexts. This webinar will focus on language impacts uh, emotions and development. I think this webinar will help the students and scholars in understanding the language and emotions. Over to Vinod.
Thank you, sir, for the insightful and warm welcome address. Next, I would like to invite now I would like to invite Professor C. Kasim sir, Principal and Dean of the Faculty of Arts at the University College of Arts and Social Sciences to address the August gathering.
Hello, Vinutna and Ravindra, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, I think there's some issue, so why didn't you people start talking? Ravindra, why didn't you introduce the topic?
Good morning, Krishna sir.
Good morning, Ravindra.
Sir, just wait for a minute, sir. The principal sir is connecting.
2 o'clock heads meeting. Okay.
Morning, sir.
Hello.
Professor Kasim, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I think that Susil in mute.
Yeah, no, sir, no.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me, please, sir.
Can I start?
I would like to invite.
No, he
Yes,
will introduce you, sir.
before- I would like to invite Professor C. Kasim, sir, Principal and Dean of the Faculty of Arts at the University College of Arts and Social Sciences, to address the August gathering.
Can I speak in my mother tongue?
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure.
Yes,
Why not
sir.
you, sir? Yeah.
How many candidates can understand Telugu?
ప్రొఫెసర్ కాశీం గారు గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ సార్, అందరం తెలుగు వాళ్ళమే సార్.
ఓ చాలా సంతోషం, నాకు మంచి నన్ను
సార్ మిమ్మల్ని చూడడం ఇట్ ఈస్ మై ప్లెజర్ అండ్ వెరీ ప్రౌడ్ టు సీ యూ సార్. ఎప్పుడు టీవీలలో చూసాం, ఇప్పుడు మనం వెబినార్లో కలిసి మాట్లాడుతున్నాం సార్. వెరీ హ్యాపీ, ఫీలింగ్ వెరీ హ్యాపీ.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ. లింగ్విస్టిక్స్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ అంటే మనకు వెంటనే గుర్తుకొచ్చే గొప్ప గొప్ప భాషా శాస్త్రవేత్తలు, సాహిత్యంలో ముఖ్యంగా కవిత్వం, ఆధునిక వచన రచనలో గొప్ప మార్పులు తీసుకొచ్చి ఇవాళ తెలుగు సమాజంలో పత్రికలకి ఏ భాష ఉండాలని కృషి చేసిన గొప్ప వ్యక్తులు పనిచేసిన డిపార్ట్మెంటు లింగ్విస్టిక్స్. కనుక అట్లాంటి డిపార్ట్మెంటు ఆర్ట్స్ కాలేజ్లో సెమినార్ నిర్వహిస్తుంది. వాళ్ళు నిర్వహిస్తున్న ఈ సెమినార్లో అతిథిగా పాల్గొనడానికి నన్ను ఆహ్వానించినందుకు సెమినార్ కన్వీనర్ గారికి, పాల్గొంటున్న మిత్రులందరికీ పేరు పేరున వందనాలు తెలియజేస్తూ, ఇవాళ ఈ సెమినార్కి ఎంపిక చేసుకున్న అంశం చాలా గొప్ప అంశం, అవసరమైనది, ఈనాటి సమాజానికి అవసరమైనది. చాలా సంతోషం వేసింది నిన్న డాక్టర్ బాలు నాయక్, డాక్టర్ సుశీల్ కుమార్ ఈ విషయం చెప్పినప్పుడు, విద్యార్థులు వచ్చి చెప్పినప్పుడు చాలా సంతోషం వేసింది. ఇవాల్టి సమాజంలో మన ఎమోషన్స్ని, దేశ అభివృద్ధిని లేదా సమాజ అభివృద్ధిని ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్ళడానికి, ఎమోషన్స్ని కంట్రోల్ చేసుకోవడానికి భాష అనేది ఎట్లాంటి పాత్ర వహిస్తుంది అనే అంశం మీద మీరు సెమినార్ నిర్వహిస్తున్నారు. ఇప్పటి వరకు ప్రపంచంలో జరిగిన అనేక పరిశోధనలు చెప్తున్నది ఏమిటి అంటే, భాష అనేది మనిషికి తన భావాలని స్పష్టంగా ఎదుటి వాళ్ళతో పంచుకోవడానికి ఒక సాధనం. అలాంటి సాధనము మానవుణ్ణి రూపొందిస్తుంది, మనిషిని రూపొందిస్తుంది, సామాన్యులని అసామాన్యులుగా తయారు చేస్తుంది. భాషనే లేకపోతే ఈ ప్రపంచంలో ఉన్న మేధావులు ఎవ్వరూ కూడా ఈ ప్రపంచంతో సంవాదంలోకి వచ్చే అవకాశం లేదు, చర్చలోకి వచ్చే అవకాశం లేదు, తమ అభిప్రాయాలను చెప్పే అవకాశం లేదు. అట్లాంటి భాష బాల్యము నుంచే మాతృభాషలో బోధన చేయటం, మాతృభాషలో వారికి సంబంధించిన అక్షరగానాన్ని నేర్పించటం వలన సామాన్యులు అసామాన్యులుగా మారుతారు. ప్రపంచ ప్రసిద్ధిగాంచిన రచయితలందరూ తమ మాతృభాషలో చదువుకొని తమ మాతృభాషలోనే భావాలను వ్యక్తం చేసిన సందర్భాలు ఉన్నాయి. మీ అందరికీ తెలుసు, గూగి ప్రపంచ ప్రసిద్ధిగాంచిన రచయిత. ఆయన టీచింగ్ వృత్తిరీత్యా ఇంగ్లీష్ ప్రొఫెసర్. కానీ ఆయన రాసిన రచనలన్నీ కూడా మాతృభాషలో ఉన్నాయి. ఆఫ్రికన్ లాంగ్వేజ్లో ఆయన రచనలు ఉన్నాయి. రచనలో ఉండే క్వాలిటీ వలన, గొప్పతనం వలన ప్రపంచంలో ఉండే చాలా భాషల్లోకి ఆయన రచనలన్నీ అనువదించబడ్డాయి. ఒక ఇంగ్లీష్ ప్రొఫెసర్ అయి ఉండి ఇంగ్లీష్లో రాయకుండా మాతృభాషలో రాశాడు, అదే ఆయన గొప్పతనం. కనుక మాతృభాష అనేది మనిషిని, ఆలోచనల్ని పరిపక్వం చేస్తుంది. ఇవాల్టి రోజుల్లో అసలు భాషల్ని పట్టించుకునే వాళ్ళే లేకుండా అయిపోయారు. దేశ అభివృద్ధి జరగాలన్నా లేదా మానవ ఆకాంక్షలు, మానవ వ్యక్తీకరణలు గొప్పగా ఉండాలన్నా భాషనే ప్రధాన పాత్ర వహిస్తుంది. కనుక ఇవాల్టికి ఇంకా సామాన్యుల భాష టెక్స్ట్ భాషగా మారలేదు. మనం ఇంటిలో ఏ భాష మాట్లాడతామో పిల్లల మీద ఆ ప్రభావం పడుతుంది. మనం బూతులు మాట్లాడితే పిల్లలు బూతులను అనుసరిస్తారు. మనం సంస్కారవంతమైన భాషను మాట్లాడితే పిల్లలు కూడా సంస్కారవంతమైన భాషకు అలవాటు పడతారు. ఇంటిలో సంస్కారవంతమైన భాషని మనం నేర్పిస్తే వాళ్ళే సమాజంలోకి వస్తారు, వాళ్ళే దేశ అభివృద్ధిలో భాగం అవుతారు. కనుక ఇవాల్టి రోజుల్లో విషాదం ఏమిటంటే అప్పుడప్పుడు మనం వింటూ ఉంటాం, దేశాన్ని నడిపించే చట్టసభల్లో ఉండే రాజకీయ నాయకత్వం కూడా సరైన భాషని మాట్లాడలేని ఒకానొక స్థితిలోకి మనం నెట్టబడ్డాం. అట్లాంటి రోజుల్లో భాష గురించి మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నాం. ఎమోషన్స్ను కంట్రోల్ చేసుకొని దేశాభివృద్ధిలో భాగం కావలసిన బాధ్యత ప్రతి పౌరుడి మీద ఉంటుంది. ఆ పౌరుడికి భాష మూలకంగా, ఆలంబనగా, పునాదిగా పనిచేస్తుంది. అట్లా పనిచేసే క్రమంలో భాషా శాస్త్రవేత్తలుగా ఆ ఏరియాలో పనిచేస్తున్న తెలుగు డిపార్ట్మెంట్కు సంబంధించిన నేనైనా, లింగ్విస్టిక్స్ సంబంధించినటువంటి మీరైనా, ఇవాళ సామాన్యుల భాష ఇంకా టెక్స్ట్ లాంగ్వేజ్ కాకుండా పోతూ ఉన్నది కనుక ఆ భాషని పాఠ్యపుస్తకాల్లోకి, పత్రికల్లోకి, సామాజిక మాధ్యమాల్లోకి, మీడియాలోకి ప్రజలందరి భాషని తీసుకొచ్చే ఒక ప్రయత్నం జరగవలసి ఉన్నది. అప్పుడు మాత్రమే దేశం అభివృద్ధి చెందుతుంది. ఒక దేశం అభివృద్ధి చెందాలంటే ఆ దేశపు ప్రజలు మాట్లాడే భాషలో ఉండే నాణ్యత మీద ఆధారపడి ఉంటుంది అంటారు. కనుక మన భాష ఎంత నాణ్యంగా ఉంది అనేది దేని మీద ఆధారపడి ఉంటుందంటే ఆ భాష చదువుకున్న వాళ్ళకి, ఆ భాష వ్యవహార్తలకి, మాట్లాడుతున్న వాళ్ళకి ఎంత గుర్తింపు ఉన్నది, ఎంత గౌరవం ఉన్నది అనే దాన్ని బట్టి ఆ భాష గొప్పతనం ఉంటుంది. అప్పుడు దేశ అభివృద్ధిలో అది భాగమవుతుంది. కనుక మీరు నిర్వహిస్తున్న ఈ ఆన్లైన్ సెమినార్ విజయవంతం కావాలని ఈ సెమినార్ కోఆర్డినేటర్స్, కన్వీనర్స్, పాల్గొంటున్న పార్టిసిపెంట్స్ మీ అందరికీ పేరు పేరున నాకు ఈ అవకాశం ఇచ్చిన మీ అందరికీ కృతజ్ఞతలు తెలియజేస్తూ ఇంతటితో ముగిస్తున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ వన్స్ అగైన్.
Thank you very much, sir, for joining us today and for your valuable time and insightful note on the importance of our mother tongue. Now, I would like to invite Dr. K. Balu Naik, sir, Vice Principal of the University College of Arts and Social Sciences, to introduce our esteemed speaker of the day, Professor G. Sri Krishna, sir.
సార్ కాసిం సార్, నేను కూడా ఉస్మానియా పూర్వ విద్యార్థిని సార్.
Sir, I would like to introduce about you, sir. Give me 1 minute time. I, Dr. K. Balu Naik, Assistant Professor, Department of Linguistics. I would like to brief introduction about today our speaker, Professor G. Sri Krishna Garu, Senior Professor in Clinical Psychology, Sweekaar Academy of Rehabilitation Sciences, Hyderabad, and sir has 25 years of experience in clinical psychology and rehabilitation with strong focus on teaching, research, and clinical practice. Sir has proven track record in research and publication with focus on cognitive behavioral therapy, psychological assessment, and rehabilitation psychology. Sir has actively contributed to national and international conference and workshop with a commitment to community engagement and professional development. Sir has completed master MA in Psychology, Osmania University, M.Phil, Ph.D from Osmania University. Sir has so many publications also published in national and international seminar and paper publications. Sir have guided 7 students for PhD in Psychology capacity of assistant guide for Osmania University. Then Sir has completed some projects, research project, emotional recognition training for person with mental retardation, cognitive training for person with mental retardation, development of simple tools of the assessment of intelligence, person with mental uh, retardations. Thank you, sir. So many, we have so many biodata. I can't read out within short time. I thank you, sir. I welcome to you. I go to you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Before Dr. Krishna sir speaks, I would like to introduce Dr. C.S. Swati, head of the Department of Linguistics, to address the gathering. Over to you, Swati.
Krishna sir, just a second. Our Swati ma'am, head of the department, has joined. She will
Hello, sir.
briefly
Can you hear
introduce the
me?
gathering. Ma'am, over to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Ravi, and thank you all for joining this program. Dr. Krishna, I'm Dr. Swati, head of the department, and to all the participants also. I'm currently in Shimla doing my internship, associateship at Shimla. So, welcome all to the participants once again. So, it's a very wonderful program that we are having. And one small introduction I wanted to give about the department. So Department of Linguistics is a very old department in India, and we have stalwarts in this department who have done a lot of work on historical, socio, and psycholinguistics. Like some of them were B.H. Krishnamurti sir, Professor Prakasham sir, Professor Swarajalakshmi ma'am, Aditi ma'am, and so many other seniors who had done a lot of work in the area of linguistics. And many of them have become vice chancellors, deans, and principals of Arts College and other universities also. And recently we had Professor Ramakrishna Reddy. He had got Padma Shri for his work on tribal languages. So I'm very happy to inform all of you that our department is very active. And on this behalf, I would like to also congratulate my convener of this program, Dr. Sushil, for organizing such a wonderful program. Dr. Balu Nayak is also serving as the vice principal of our arts college. So it is wonderful to have this program. And I also, on my personal behalf, would like to invite and also thank Dr. Krishna for accepting our invitation and doing this program for us. Our principal sir for joining in the program. I was able to hear you, sir, but I was not able to join at that time. So thank you so much for all of you for joining, and welcome to the Department of Linguistics webinar series. Over to Dr. Sushil. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for providing such a wonderful introduction about the department. I would like to invite the speaker, Professor G. Sri Krishna sir, to deliver today's talk.
Okay, good morning all. Vinuta.
Good morning, sir. Nice
Good morning.
to see you, sir.
Yeah, Dr. Sushil Garu, Professor
Yes.
Kashim Garu, Balu Nayak, and my dear student Ravindra. Ravindra, ఇది ఫుల్ అది స్పీకర్ బి వస్తుందా?
Sorry, sir. I couldn't hear you.
కాదండి, ఫుల్ స్క్రీన్ వస్తుందా? నాది ఫుల్ స్క్రీన్.
వస్తుంది సార్, వస్తుంది సార్. అయితే స్లైడ్ లో కూడా పెట్టినాం సార్. We have arranged a slide also, big
ఒక్క
slide.
నిమిషం, 1 second.
In the classroom, students are also listening, auditing that.
అదే ఫుల్ స్క్రీన్ వస్తుందా అని.
Full screen వస్తుంది సార్.
ఓకే. Okay, anyway, so today I'm very happy to be here because I'm an old student of Osmania University for 5 years, 5 long years, 1990 to 1995. Some of the students were not even born that time. And I had the greatest opportunity, privilege to work under the walking encyclopedia of psychology, Professor E.G. Parameshwaran. I did my M.Phil under him. Then I did my Ph.D. under late Dr. Bharati Madam, who was very good support to me. And I spent my youthful time, 5 years in Osmania University, and it was a golden period in my life. Looking at the beauty of Osmania University campus and the huge palatial building of Arts College. With this, I would like to begin. Today's topic is the impact of language on emotional development. So, Dr. Sushil Garu, are you able to see the presentation?
Yeah, it is visible. It is visible, sir.
Okay. So, the impact of language on emotional development, I would like to start with 2 live examples. About 15 years, 10 or 15 years back, in a football match, in a final football match, international football soccer tournament, if you are football lovers, you will definitely remember this incident. Zinedine Zidane from France has hit another player in his on the opponent tummy with his head, and that other person was severely injured. The reason was the opponent person used a very wrong word to Zinedine Zidane. And secondly, I'm sure you know, if you are boxing lovers or if you watch boxing, Mike Tyson has bit the ear of Holyfield, and so that time also Holyfield has spoken something, and we know the importance of emotions in our life. If you do not have balance of emotions in your life, definitely you are going to have, you will definitely invite trouble. So to start with, The Word is Powerful Than a Drug by Robert Kipling. The word is powerful than a drug. Sometimes words will soothe us, sometimes word will destroy us, word will shake you, and so because from the beginning, from the childhood onwards, we were all born, we are all trained up in language, and language becomes the important source to determine, to experience emotion. సుశీల్ గారు, నేను తెలుగులో మాట్లాడాలా, ఇంగ్లీష్లో మాట్లాడాలా?
We have
English also
participants
fine, sir. No
from
problem.
various countries also, sir. So better you speak in English rather than Telugu. So whenever you are comfortable to give an examples in Telugu, you can.
Okay. So very happy to speaking to linguistic students. It was close to my heart. One of my friends was studying, when I was studying psychology in Osmania, they were studying in University of Hyderabad and Osmania also. So just to give an introduction, emotions are conscious mental reactions such as anger or fear, subjectively experienced, associated with strong feelings, usually direct towards specific object and typically accompanied by physiological and behavioral changes in the body. This is given by American Psychological Association in 2019. So, if somebody said something, for example, you're fit for nothing, or a dustbin is better than you, immediately the mind gives a reaction. And in psychology, what we say, the emotional reactions are in three ways. Students, if you are interested, you can take down the notes. So, first is in a mad way. In a mad way, if somebody abuses us, we also pick up a fight, and in a mad way, we also throw anger. And the second one is sad way. Unfortunately, the sad way of reacting, sad, SAD. First one was MAD, now the second reaction is SAD. In a sad way, the individual believes what the other person is telling. If the other person tells, you are beautiful, you are very intelligent, the person feels very good. If other person talks, you are fit for nothing, then in the second way, they feel it is true and they think that they have done some mistake and they start saying sorry, sorry, sorry. And the third way of emotional reaction is glad way. And I'm not bringing any political, or I'm not interested in any political party, but you can understand the way our Honorable Chief Minister Revanth Reddy has taken some negative experiences in his life and he has come back to power and is sitting in the chair of Chief Minister of Telangana. And also our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he became Prime Minister of India from a very, very basic level, from chaiwala to president. Now coming back to those emotional reactions, so that is mad way, sad way, glad way. And I'm sure as a linguistic students, as a department of linguistics, you understand language is a means of communication. Language is a means of communication. But many people, they feel very proud that they are able to express in English. And some universities, some colleges, if somebody is not speaking in English, they think that he is a stupid or a dullard. For those people, I would like to give a quotation that if speaking English is a sign of intellect, then the beggar in England is more smarter than our Prime Minister. So, language is only the means of communication. So, today we will try to understand how the language impact the emotion. So, please try to understand emotions are conscious mental reactions, subjectively experienced and strong feelings usually directed towards specific object and typical physiological and behavioral changes. You can understand, you can see when somebody is in anger, somebody is in fear. As Shakespeare rightly said, face is the index of the mind. We can understand someone by looking at his face. So, emotional development is the process through which children learn to recognize, express and manage their emotions. Language serves as a critical tool in articulating and understanding emotions. As Professor Qasim sir rightly said, our children will pick up the parental language, aggressive communication or submissive communication or assertive communication. So we have to be very, very discreet, very, very careful when we talk in front of children. The connection between language and emotion provides labels for feelings, helping to organize emotional experiences. Verbal expression helps children become aware of their own and others' emotions. Without language, emotions remain vague and difficult to manage. I am sure some people generally they do not have the ability to listen, ability to speak. So they they also do have emotional expression, but they cannot have the language. So sometimes some people with disabilities they become very aggressive, and I don't want to name, but there are people they are generally considered to be aggressive. Not many, some people. So through language, we express not only our emotions, we express our feelings, we express what we want to convey. So, how language shapes emotional recognition? So, labeling emotions. Today, I'm feeling very happy. I got a new car, I got a new fridge, I got a new laptop, I got a new mobile. So, or I'm feeling very sad today, like, and suddenly your friend says, what happened? No, no, no. My teacher scolded me, that's why I'm very sad. Or I'm very angry today. And then generally, when you ask, they narrate the incident. So, in order to express emotion, language becomes a crucial part. Categorization. Language enables children to classify and understand complex emotions. And parental influence, caregivers who use rich emotional language help children better understand their feelings. And we need to understand that the kind of language we use, the kind of and also expression of emotions when the children will understand. So the vocabulary range, the variety of emotional words a child knows determines how will they can express feelings. And actually, uh, the we have lot of names for emotions, but basic emotions like fear, anger, joy, disgust, surprise. So we have different vocabulary for that. And emotional intensity. Specific language helps convey how strongly an emotion is felt, that I'm annoyed, I'm furious. And I'm sure you know about language, non-verbal cues. And some people, especially women, are capable of demonstrating non-verbal expression. So, for example, if a female is waiting at an airport or a bus stop or a train or a railway platform, with her non-verbal cues through her body language, she will express whether another person can approach her, talk to her. So they control other people through their only non-verbal language. And some people, when they are upset, they become completely silent. I have in Rishi Kapoor interview recently, he has expired, Bollywood actor. So he said sometimes when there is a fight between him and his wife, he would not speak for 6 months. There are people, there are couples where I see they don't even speak to each other for 20 years, 10 years like that. So some people will become silent, and in psychology we call it as passive aggression. So language and empathy development. So language is essential for expressing and recognizing empathy, teaching empathy using words to describe how someone else might feel, how would you feel, and role of stories, books and narratives teach children about diverse emotional experiences. And actually, we are undergoing a very, very difficult situation. My childhood, my mother would tell stories, my father would tell stories when I'm young child. But nowadays, the mothers are giving mobile phone, so everything is done on mobile phone only. They are the kind of nurturance our generation got. So now the mobile is replacing everything. So, and also because of this virtual bonding, because of this virtual bonding and virtual world, some children, they're unable to form emotional bonding with people. They're just happy by themselves for using mobile phones and other things. Okay. I know as a psychologist that for an academic lecture, the attention span is ranges from 20 to 40 minutes. So I've already started speaking, I think, more than 20 minutes. So I would like to use language and how powerful it is. So I would like to quote one real life example. In somewhere in Adilabad, in the forest, okay, the though some years back, the government decides to clean up the land, and they wanted to establish some factory or something. So the collector, along with some police people and other people, they go to the particular tribal village and announce, we are giving 1 month time, you have to vacate the forest. And then the villagers demands why they have to vacate and what the government is planning. So the collector was talking and talking and trying to explain. And then he said, because of you people, the jungle, the forest is becoming empty. And that is the reason the government has decided to vacate all of you. Then one innocent looking old woman gets up and says, Collector sir, there are fish in the lakes. There are fish in the lakes. Sir, do you think because of the fish, will the water get empty in a lake? So with this language, the collector got up and he has no answer. So the woman was trying to explain that even so, we are from this forest and we will take care of the forest. Because we cut trees and all, the new trees will grow. I don't know how many of you are able to connect with me about this particular incident. So the language is such a powerful weapon. Sometimes it serves as a kind of a very, very strong sword. So the role of language in social skills, communication needs, language helps children express what they feel and need. And a Sigmund Freud once said, the need for recognition, the need for identity is much more powerful than getting money or getting job. So we all look for need for recognition, need for identity. So we need companionship, we need friendship. So the language plays a key role in the social skills. Conflict resolution. Words are crucial for resolving disagreements and managing social dynamics. I am sure you know the kind of personal conflicts to social conflicts and how we manage through dialogue and building relationships. Emotional language helps develop deeper connections with peers and adults. When we express our emotions and when we say the words, I'm sure everybody loves the word I love you you are looking beautiful, you are intelligent, you are a smart person. So the language definitely impacts the emotional expression. So how does emotional regulation through language happens? So everybody has a inner voice or voice in the head or a self-talk. So everybody will talk to themselves, and most of the time we spend time with ourselves. So the self-talk should be very kind. So the self-talk, internal language or dialogue influences emotional state. Positive self-talk encourages emotional calmness. I can do this. And many people talk to themselves in a stressful situation. Relax, relax, take it easy. And everybody has a different tone of talking to themselves. And negative self-talk exacerbates distress. I'm a failure. And students, please understand that, when you talk to yourself, be kind to yourself as if you're talking to your mother or you're talking to your good friend. Unfortunately, people with negative self-talk all the time criticizing themselves like, I am not beautiful, I am not smart enough, I am not lucky enough to born in a rich family. They undergo difficult emotions like sadness and depression. So we need to indulge in positive self-talk. Next one is reframing situation, using language to change the interpretation of a situation. So opportunity instead of problem. So when people undergo some problem, some people think that it is an opportunity. I'm sure if you're reading a personality development book, in one of the books it says two shoe salesmen go to an island to sell shoes and chappals. So, but in the island nobody is wearing shoes or chappals. So one salesman writes an email to his company, nobody is wearing shoes, I am coming back. Whereas the second salesman writes to his company, sir, there is a huge demand for market. Nobody is wearing shoes and sandals here. So we can create a big market here. So send loads and loads of shoes and chappals. So it is our interpretation. Language plays a key role. So instead of a problem, you create this an opportunity. For example, as a girl, actually, when I was studying in college, it happened. One of my friend, one girl was rejected by a boy, and then she immediately spoke to him. Thank you so much for saving my time. Let me invest my time in finding another boy. So when we talk to ourselves, we have to be very positive. We have to interpret in a positive language so that we feel good and we don't fall to the victim of depression or anger or fear. And emotional validation, verbal acknowledgement of feelings help in soothing emotional distress. So what our job is as a counselor and therapist. So we use soothing emotional talks, soft voice, and then somebody feels better. So it's always like when you're indulging, when you're in conversation, use some soft words like "you look good today," okay, and you are a very smart person. So emotional development is a gradual process influenced by various factors, recognition and understanding of emotions, expressing and managing emotional states. It happens. So this is a slow process, and the ability to start is first recognizing that I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling jealous, I'm feeling fearful, and then start with expression. So if you want to look at this emotional development stages, uh, first infancy. So basically, the one second. the trust, I think you. So basically, trust and affection through bonding. So caregivers, this is trust and security, basically trust and attachment or security. So I'm sure if you are a student of psychology, you must have come through Hurley experiments. Okay, there are two artificial monkeys are kept with small babies. So one is a iron mother, one is a soft toy mother monkey. Even though the bottle gets over, even though a full bottle of milk is there with the iron monkey, many monkey babies they prefer to go to soft toy monkey. So we know that the kind of softness, the kind of emotional bonding. So very, very important. Sushil sir, am I going in a good direction?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, carry on. It's very interesting.
Thank you. So, the bonding, and if you want to know the studies on bonding, you must read about Bowlby's experiment. Bowlby talked about children raised at family, children raised at institutes. So Bowlby, Harlow, important. So basic emotions, experiencing primary emotions like happiness, fear, and surprise, 0 to 12 months. And toddlerhood, 1 to 3 years. Emotional expression, communicating emotions through expressions and sounds. Tantrums, dealing with frustration and anger. A self-regulation develops when you see the children if they want a chocolate or if they want ice cream, they start screaming or start throwing temper tantrums, and they also develop early signs of empathy, that is understanding others emotions. The child in a capacity to understand when the mother is angry, when the mother is happy, or the father is angry or father is happy. Preschool age, emotional labeling, they try to understand, identifying the naming emotions, and self awareness, recognizing personal emotions and needs, social skills, learning cooperation and conflict resolution, cooperation, accommodating other children, like that. School age 6 to 12 years, emotional regulation, developing coping strategies for managing emotions. So, I understand, like when I looked at my own emotion when I was undergoing at this stage, when I was 8th standard, whenever I used to get angry, I used to cover my face with my book. So that is my coping mechanism. Some people cry, some people smoke, at that particular age, some people they try to find a means of releasing this emotion, but unfortunately, the young kids are taking some ganja, taking or tobacco, and some people smell something, or some people go and tell their mother. Everybody has their own style of releasing emotion. Empathy and perspective taking, understanding different viewpoints of different children, and self-esteem, building confidence and a sense of self-worth at this 6 to 12 years. Adolescence, 13 plus years, emotional intense, experiencing heightened emotions like fear or anger or joy. And at this age, I'm sure you know identity formation, exploring self-concept and expressing emotions. Who am I? What I am capable of? And relationship skills, navigating complex social and romantic relationships. And this identity formation, like Erickson has said, role identity versus role confusion. Many people, they do not know who they are. Friends try to understand that you should keep your identity with yourself, but many people they attach identity to partner, attach identity to parents, attach identity to nation. This is the reason they become depression. See, The Kota, Rajasthan, unfortunately, 47 people are at a, they died because of suicide because they have a poor identity. They understood, they attached identity with success, they attached identity with getting a seat in medicine. If you don't get a seat in medicine, so what's so what? You have a wonderful opportunity. You can take up another subject, or you can go to a foreign country, or you can set up your own business rather than killing themselves. So this is identity is very, very important. I will talk to Sushil sir and we will have a separate seminar on identity versus role confusion. So relationship skills. And factors influencing emotional development. I'm sure you know genetics and heredity, okay, and generally temperament and emotional tendencies we pick up from our fathers and forefathers. Parent-child relationships, bonding, attachment, and communication. This is very, very important. And social environment, interactions with family, friends, and teacher. In those olden days, we used to have joint family, but nowadays, because of the nuclear family, we do not know about the interactions and how to adjust. And I would like to quote one of my known person, sister, who got married. She raised in a nuclear family, but she was married to a joint family. I mean, a person who comes from a joint family where 20, 25 people, so she has to cook for those 25 people. She has to take care of all these people because she was not trained enough, because she was not prepared enough. Unfortunately, after 3 months, she committed suicide. So we have to train our children, we have to prepare our children. So the cultural background, norms around emotional expression and behavior also important, and how a Japanese tribe behaves when compared to American, that is totally based on culture. So brain development, maturation of areas involved in emotional regulation, uh, like the proper diet, the proper nurturing, and life experience, exposure to trauma, stress, or supportive environments. And friends, please understand the impact of bullying. Bullying is troubling someone, teasing someone, and in somewhere 5 years back, the World Health Organization has said, stop bullying, stop bullying. So this will have a tremendous effect on the individual, and it puts him in trauma, stress, or even emotional development. When the parents are not having a good relationship, the child will develop a very, very unbalanced emotion. So linguistic relativity, language shapes cultural perceptions, emotions. For example, Schadenfreude in German, that means feeling pleasurable on somebody's trouble, somebody's misfortune. Okay. So, linguistic relativity, for example, a famous person, suddenly he is victimized on a sexual abuse or something. So immediately we think this person is very wrong, this person is very bad person. Okay, but after he has done nothing. Personal association, individual experience and memories link language to emotions. So our own personal experiences, when we meet with failure, we also think the other person also having the same emotion. So language style, formal, informal, polite, direct language influences emotional tone. I'm sure you know the emotional tone that you are a scoundrel, you are a stupid. So the tone, emotional tone will have an impact on emotion. For example, somebody, yeah, you are a stupid person, the other person don't get, but the kind of emotional tone, like some people like police and army people talk, that will have a very huge impact. And this is for a science student, neurological basis of language and emotion. Brain regions involve the amygdala and prefrontal cortex link language with emotional regulation. And neuroplasticity, early language exposure shapes emotional processing pathways in the brain. And neurochemical reaction, language can trigger dopamine and serotonin release affecting mood. And the language, if somebody is talking very lovingly towards you, it will release serotonin and dopamine. And when you are abusing yourself, when you are talking very critically to yourself, it will release negative emotions. Signs of delays in emotional development, limited emotional vocabulary, difficulty naming or identifying, describing emotions, and frequent emotional outbursts, inability to express feeling verbally may lead to frustration. So if you are unable to express, or if the other person is unable to understand what you are undergoing, that leads to frustration. And sometimes, like Dollard and Miller, they have demonstrated through experiments, frustration leads to aggression. And social withdrawal, that a sign that a child may be struggling with understanding or managing emotions. He is not approachable to anybody, he tries to leave alone. When to seek help, consult professionals if concern persists, like the three. So practical implications, like modeling emotional language, adults should use descriptive languages to label and express emotions. We have in olden days, in our generation, we used to play dramas like mother and father, husband and wife, friends, police and chore. Nowadays, there is no chance for any game so that we develop emotions. And emotion coaching, guide children in naming and discussing their feelings. Storytelling and play, use stories and role playing to expand emotional vocabulary. But I don't know whether how far the storytelling and play is happening with our children, because the mobile and internet and video games have totally replaced our natural games. Strategies to enhance emotional development: use emotion words daily, encourage naming emotions in everyday conversations like anger, fear, or joy. And teach reframing techniques, help children rephrase negative thoughts in a more positive light. And for example, the teacher is very aggressive, Mummy, I don't want to go to school. Then the mother should tell the child, take this as a good example to become strong, try to adjust with that particular teacher. So the reframing, uh, like I would like to give an example that, a real life example. My friend has come from Dubai and we went for a shopping. And in the process of shopping, he forgot his cell phone, costly cell phone, iPhone, more than 1 lakh rupees. And suddenly realized I lost my mobile phone. And immediately what he said was surprising to me. Krishna, I lost my phone, so it is time to buy a new phone. But nowadays, when a child or an adult or an adolescent loses a phone, like they become so depressed as if they have lost a hand or leg. But so the way we talk to ourselves, that will determine the emotion. For example, 10th class student, when the results comes, intermediate student, when the result comes, some children, they commit suicide because they talk to themselves, if I'm a failure in exam, I'm a failure in life. But exams are part of life, marriages are part of life, friendship is part of life, love is part of life. So don't talk to yourself, if I am fail in love, I am a failure. No, only this is a part. And then create an emotion-friendly environment, safe spaces to talk about and express emotions openly, interactive games, play activities that involve identifying and acting out different emotions, like as if we are playing, as if we are doing a play drama. So the red flags for emotional development concerns, Sushil sir, I will take another 10 minutes, sir. So, Red flags, persistent patterns of aggression beyond typical development expectations, acting out aggressively, throwing temper tantrums, we have to take them to a psychologist. Difficulty regulating emotion, trouble calming down or staying calm. Some people all the time irritated, agitated. Social withdrawal or isolation, avoiding social interactions, or excessive anxiety or fear, being overly worried about daily activities, difficulty forming relationships, struggling to connect with peers or adults. So finally, I would like to conclude, language plays a pivotal role in children's emotional development by helping them understand, express and manage emotions. Fostering a rich emotional vocabulary in early years has a long-term benefits for emotional well-being and social relationships. Thank you all for the patient and listening. So, Sushil, over to you, Sushil sir, for questions and answers. Or Vinuta.
Yes, sir.
Vinutna.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for delivering such an informative and thought-provoking talk on impact of language on emotions and development. We greatly appreciate your time, efforts, and contributions to our learning. The session is now open for question and answers. We invite you to share your queries, observations, and thoughts. Please feel free to share your thoughts, ask questions, or seek clarification on any points discussed related to today's webinar session. I invite Dr. K. Sushil Kumar, sir, to moderate Q&A session.
Yeah, thank you, Vinutna. And before going for the question and answers, I want to thank Professor Krishna for such a wonderful talk and really interesting. And he has touched upon so many aspects like emotions or conscious mental experiences accompanied by the psychological and behavior change. And he also spoke on this role of stories in the children's development. This is very important because nowadays we know that parents are busy with their job and they are neglecting the children's, and children's are habituated to the electronic gadgets, and this leads to a lot of psychological issues. So this is very interesting. Really, uh, uh, we have to think on these issues. And the sir has focused on reframing of the situation, how this language is helpful in reframing the situations. And also he focused on the factors influencing the emotional developments like genetics and parent-child relationship, social environment, cultural background, brain development, etc. So he also focused on the linguistic relationship and signs of delays in the emotional development. Really interesting, sir, and we really thankful for you for such a wonderful session. And definitely, sir, we are also waiting for another lecture. Just now you asked for another lecture. We are ready to take one more lecture from you. It's very interesting, and really our participants, our students and scholars are benefited from your lecture. Now I request the participants to ask questions. Hello.
Participants, you can raise your hand so that we can unmute yourself.
Ravindra, there is a question from Suhaila Fatima, how to promote healthy emotional development. So, actually, I have covered these topics. So, how to promote good emotional development, a good conversation, good discussion, talking about emotions, and also trying to regulate them, So we have to teach our children, when you get angry, what you're supposed to do, when you get frustrated, what you're supposed to do, and like when you are feeling extremely happy, what you are supposed to do. Okay. And there's a quotation that, when you are happy, don't give a promise. When you're angry, don't take a decision. So we have to train our children so that they get positive emotional development. Ravindra, you can also ask questions so that the participant will get motivated to. Participants, please ask questions. Otherwise, I think that you have put your mobile or laptop aside and you are seriously talking to someone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It was a really wonderful session. You have covered the entire lifespan of children, especially in context of language, emotions, and development. We see nowadays the media, especially the cartoons and gadgets. Students are, especially children, are very much addicted to these gadgets. And there recently, I also saw some studies that says, the language used by especially the cartoons are creating a huge impact on emotional development and attachment towards their parents and peer groups. I request you to enlighten on this.
Exactly. Like, as I told you, in a joint family system, the grandmother or grandfather, aunts and uncles are there to train the children properly, and social development, emotional development, educational development used to happen. Because of the nuclear family, because of the lack of time of the parents, the child gets training, free training from these cartoons, free training from this Instagram, and especially Instagram, it is ruining people's life. And Ravindra, I request you to.
Sir.
So this particular book, this book is The Anxious Generation. The Anxious Generation.
The ancient generations.
Anxious Generation. The whole book is dedicated to.
Sure, sir.
The whole book is dedicated to address social networking impact, Instagram impact, and all. So we have to minimize. We have to spend time with the children. So we have to take them for outdoor activities, put them in a play activities or something. So as I told you, we have to prepare our children for the future, and we have to tell them what is virtual bonding, what is real bonding. Yeah. Ravindra, D. Meha has one question. D. Meha. She's texting in chat box.
Rennie Cinderella.
Yes, sir. Sir, it was a wonderful session. Thank you for this. And I have a question.
Yes.
So you mostly focused on a traditional way, and I have a question about a future thing, which means how might advancements like AI language models or speech recognition technologies influence emotional development in future generations?
In future generation, in a lighter vein, there won't be physical marriages. There will be robo marriages.
But is this really possible?
No,
And
because people they don't want to put their energies. They don't want to put a investment. So they want to save time so that they can have relationship with a robo. I'm quite very sorry to tell you that when we were students of psychology in graduation, post graduation, M.Phil level, whenever we have a question, we would run to a professor or we would run to a library to search for the answer. But nowadays, Google Mother is there, Chatbot is there, Meta is there, Google Gemini is there. So actually, we are limiting the children's development. We are really limiting the children's exposure to the knowledge. So, and I'm very sorry to say, even senior professors, they're banking on Meta and artificial intelligence tools to develop PPTs.
So what's your point of view, sir? Is this for good or for bad?
See, everything has a two directions, like internet or cell phone. You can use it for productivity, you can use it for distraction. So especially artificial intelligence or even social networking, even networking, internet, I'm not for it, because it is limiting and it is creating a virtual world in a child, and he imagines, and he'll be in an imaginary situation all the time. He's unable to appreciate the real partner's qualities or anything. So the identity is getting crushed. People are becoming selfish, self-centered, not selfish, self-centered. So when do you understand other person's perspective? When do you feel empathetic towards the other person?
Yeah, that's a wonderful answer, sir. Yeah. Sir, I have a question, sir. Nowadays, in every home, that parents are allowing for the electronic gadgets because of their business, or sometimes they think that at least child will be silent if they give mobile phone or
Yes.
something. So what are the consequences on the child health when child is habituated to this kind of practice?
Sir, for every stage, there are called developmental tasks. Developmental tasks like sitting, standing, walking, running, and participating in outdoor games. So when this particular child, when he's exposed to mobile all the time or TV all the time, there is no proper physical development, physical emotional development. So we should help them, we should promote them for outdoor activities, put them engaged in toys, put them engaged in play, storytelling. So this exposure to mobile phones at an early age will definitely restrict, and there will be a danger of children getting self-centered, and they do not understand what is accommodation of other people, cooperation, all those stuff. Ravindra, I think there are a few more questions.
Yes, sir. Some questions are there in YouTube. I will pick some queries, sir. Just a second. How many queries pick up, sir?
Just pick up 2, 3.
Yeah.
There are no live questions. Or D.Meha, I don't know, D.Meha. She's asking a question. D.Meha is a male or female? I'm confused.
Just a second, sir.
Okay, hello, Dr. Neha. Okay, Dr. Neha is raising a question. Why didn't you speak, Dr. Neha?
Dr. Neha, you can unmute yourself.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Dr. Neha. Hope you're doing well today.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for this great session, sir.
Thank you. My pleasure.
सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था एक्चुअली जैसे आपने बताया कि स्टूडेंट्स मतलब स्टूडेंट्स भी चिल्ड्रंस भी सर आजकल जैसे इंटरनेट मीडिया एक तरीके से ड्रग बनता जा रहा है इंटरनेट ड्रग बोल सकते हैं हम उसे
तो सर जो स्टूडेंट्स या जो बच्चे ऑलरेडी इससे सफर कर चुके हैं, मतलब एक अराउंड 18 to 19 ईयर ओल्ड अगर मैं किसी इंसान की बात करूं, तो उसमें जैसे सेल्फ एस्टीम भी बहुत डाउन है, तो उससे कैसे डील किया जाए सर? और वो मतलब बहुत ज्यादा फियर में रहता है सर, जिससे एक अजीब सा डर रहता है।
Dr. Neha, actually, it will take a lot of time in explaining. If such cases are there, please refer to me. We have a clinic at Kukatpalli. Ravindra has my numbers. He can share my contact details. That particular person we can treat. This is called de-addiction, cell phone de-addiction or internet
Yes, sir.
de-addiction. There is a particular process and formulas are there. So it's difficult to explain in a short time, Dr. Neha. Or you can even take down my mobile number, I can say.
Is there any question? Someone is asking a question. Wesley, yeah, you raised your hand. Please ask your question.
Sushil sir, I think we'll stop, sir. If there are no further questions.
Okay, sir. Now it's a wonderful session, sir. Really interesting and informative session, informative talk you have delivered. And on behalf of the department and on behalf of the university, we really thankful for you for such a great session. And we are eagerly waiting for one more talk from you, if you permit us.
Definitely,
then-
sir. Definitely.
And now I invite our student Ravindra to go for the formal vote of thanks. Over to Ravindra.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Krishna, sir, for your wonderful session and for accepting our invitation and joining us on this wonderful day. And I thank the Department of Linguistics for the opportunity for proposing vote of thanks on this occasion. Since the inception of the Department of Linguistics in 1962, various eminent scholars, researchers, and professors like Professor B.H. Krishnamurthy, Professor H.S. Anantanarayana, Professor B. Lakshmibai, Professor C. Ramarao, Professor V. Prakasham, Professor B. Ramakrishna Reddy, who has been recently awarded Padma Shri, Professor Aditi Mukherjee, Professor J. Venkateshwara Shastri, Professor K. Nagama Reddy, Professor V. Swarajya Lakshmi, Professor D. Vasanta, Professor A. Usharani, Mr. Professor B. Vijayanarayana, Professor K. Ramesh Kumar, Professor Mohammed Ansari, and many such scholars in the field of linguistics have introduced and elevated this subject and profession to these new heights through their immense contribution, which is widely acknowledged by the fraternity, leaving us a glory legacy behind to take forward by the present professors, researchers, scholars, and students. So with their blessings, today we are able to organize so many programs, and we could invite our esteemed guest, today's speaker, Dr. Sri Krishna, sir, for the wonderful talk and presentation. We all have learned wonderful insights into emotions and language impacts the emotions and development. And I thank all the students, research scholars, and faculties of the department, especially our principal, sir, Professor C. Kasim, sir, and our vice principal, sir, Professor Ram Bhivneni, sir, and our vice principal, sir, Dr. K. Balu Nayak, our convener, Dr. K. Sushil Kumar, and our coordinator, Dr. K. Balu Nayak, and our head of the department, Dr. C.S. Swati ma'am, and all the staff of the department for actively supporting us for organizing this webinar. So I'll once again thank all the participants, and especially Dr. Sri Krishna sir for actively engaging the participants in active learning, especially the participants. Without you, this couldn't be that great. So we had more than 1,600 registrations from across the world. So there might be some difficulty that some participants could not join. But we have given the opportunity to watch the session on YouTube live, and the recorded session will be available. You can provide your feedback either through Zoom platform or through YouTube channel. Based on that, certificates will be issued upon verification of registration and feedback data. So once again, I thank today's speaker, Dr. Sri Krishna, Professor, and also all the participants for joining, and happy learning.
Thank you,
Thank
Ravindra,
you,
for
sir.
this
Over
wonderful
to
opportunity.
Dr. K. Sushil, please.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Sushil sir, Professor Kasim, and Balu Nayak ji. Thank you all, and looking forward to have another session with the prestigious Department of Linguistics, Osmania University. Thank you, sir.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. We are also eagerly waiting for your
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Now, I request all the participants that you will get the certificate through your for your mail ID. And really, it's a wonderful session by Professor Krishna. Please, those who have not watched and those who have not joined the program, they can watch the live program, or they can watch the recorded program from the YouTube link provided for you, and give your feedback and get the certificates to your mail ID. And now I can declare that this session is officially closed. Thank you all the participants. Thank you for your patience listening. Thank you.
The feedback link has been shared in the chat box. We request all the participants to fill the feedback form before you leave the platform. And the feedback link is also available on the website. It's updated, and the link for the entire session is also available on the website. Those who could not attend Zoom session can view the entire session and can provide your feedback so that you can receive your certificates. So thank you once again.